If your budget keeps falling apart every time life gets busy, leaving you starting over again, you're not alone. One unexpected expense, a hectic week, or a change in routine can quickly knock your finances off track. Stay with me, because I'll show you the simple mistake that causes this cycle, and the change that can help your budget survive real life. The frustrating part is that most budgets don't fail all at once. They fail a little at a time. You miss a few days of tracking. A bill shows up unexpectedly. A busy week throws off your routine. Then before you know it, you're spending differently than planned and wondering how things got off track so quickly. What's especially frustrating is that it often feels like you're doing everything right. You had a budget. You had a plan. You were making progress. Yet somehow the budget keeps slipping further off track. And that's where most people start looking for the wrong solution. Most people assume the problem is discipline. They think they need more willpower, more motivation, more consistency. But I don't think that's the real problem. The real problem is that many budgets are built for perfect conditions. There's no wiggle room. They work when nothing unexpected happens. They work when every expense is exactly right. They work when life stays organized. But real life doesn't work that way. Cars need repairs. Schedules change. Medical bills appear. Family needs something. A system that only works when everything goes perfectly isn't really a system. It's a plan that depends on luck. And that's why the cycle keeps repeating. The budget was never built to handle real life in the first place. And in a minute, I'll show you the simple change that makes a budget much harder to break. The longer this continues, the more expensive it becomes. Not just financially. Emotionally too. Because every time the budget breaks down, it starts feeling like a personal failure. You start questioning whether budgeting even works. You stop trusting your own plan. And eventually many people abandon budgets that could have worked with a few simple changes. That's what makes this so dangerous. The problem isn't one bad week. The problem is that one bad week can erase months of momentum if the system isn't built to handle it. And when that keeps happening, financial progress starts feeling impossible. By the way, in a minute I'll show you the simple change that makes a budget far more resilient when life inevitably gets messy. The solution isn't creating a stricter budget. It's creating a more flexible one. Instead of building a budget around perfect conditions, build it around interruptions. Assume unexpected expenses will happen. Assume plans will change. Assume some months will cost more than others. That means creating space inside the budget. An emergency fund helps. A miscellaneous category helps. Planning for known future expenses helps. The goal isn't predicting every problem. The goal is giving your budget room to absorb problems without collapsing. When you stop expecting perfection, your budget becomes much harder to break. That's the shift that changed everything for me. I stopped asking, "How do I make this budget perfect?" and started asking, "How do I make this budget survive real life?" A simple way to start is by looking at the last few times your budget failed. Ask yourself, what actually caused it? Was it a surprise expense? A schedule change? A seasonal bill? An emergency? Then build protection around that specific weakness. If car repairs keep throwing everything off track, start setting aside money for them. If life gets busy and tracking disappears, simplify the system. The goal isn't creating a budget that never gets tested. The goal is creating one that survives the test. Small adjustments made consistently are usually far more effective than constantly starting over with a brand new budget. Once I realized my budget wasn't failing because of a lack of discipline, everything started changing. The real problem was that my system wasn't built for real life. And when I fixed the structure, the cycle of constantly starting over became much easier to break. But budgeting isn't the only system that struggles when life gets messy. Because even when a budget improves, many people still find their entire money system breaking down whenever life throws them a setback. And that's exactly what we're talking about in the next video.